Newsflash, there are more people being sold in slavery in this country right now on the southern border than any time in the last couple hundred years, and the church is silent. There are 320,000 kids that we know of that have gone missing, many of whom are now teenage prostitutes and slaves for the cartel in the interior of the United States, but the church is silent. You see, Kamala Harris did this with a direct action when she decided to get rid of DNA testing on the border. Quickly, here's how it works. You show up on the border as a 13-year-old girl. By the way, you're an average of 3 times in that voyage to get to the border. You are currently being used as a toy by the cartels all the way up till there. The typical mode of operation under Donald Trump was something called DNA testing. Thanks to modern technological breakthrough, you do swabs, saliva swabs of each individual, you put it in, and in 90 seconds, you can have an affirmative or a negative DNA match. So is the person with the minor actually the relative, or is it somebody else? Super simple, easy to use, take 90 seconds. You don't have to send it out to Abbott Laboratories, 90 seconds. One of the first actions that Kamala Harris took with Joe Biden was to get rid of DNA testing. So here's how it works. They show up on the border, trembling 13-year-old girl who obviously, was just a couple times. You could tell her head is down. I've seen it myself. You can go to Human to see it. Is looking down, and a muscular 35-year-old pimp says, "I'm her dad." And there is no DNA testing that occurs. So instead, they just say, sign on the paperwork, here's your asylum date, it's in 3 years, of course it never comes, and the girl is now a slave in the United States. Under Trump, we do a DNA test, be like, you're lying, that's not correct, we're gonna find out who her parents actually are, because we're not gonna co-sign to her becoming the worst thing that we could possibly tolerate. However, the church is uninterested in this. Exactly. Pastors are too interested in bigger buildings and more budgets and not in the fact that kids, God's children, are being sold as slaves in our own country. This is not happening in Afghanistan. This is not happening in some far off distant land. This is on our turf. This is in our own nation.